Hello everyone and welcome to a very special episode known as the Capitalized, where DC Toli fans sit together and have a discussion of what's happening in this IPL world. And today alongside me, I've got three die DC Toli fans who पूरा दिन दिल्ली दिल्ली करते रहते हैं. But before going into the Delhi Capitals camp, let's see what's really happening in this IPL verse. I'm Yatharth Taluja, who's going to take you down this amazing episode where we get to see whatever is happening along the whole IPL, and we have a special segment known as the Capitalize, which focus mainly on the DC players. So, first of all, let's begin with the top five trending news. And first of all, we start with an update for all the DC fans. It's Mustafizur Rahman alongside Loigi Nigri are going to be available from the second match with Delhi Capitals is going to play against the Gujarat Titans on the 2nd of April. That's some solid news for the DC fan. Number two is it's a shocking news for everyone. It's the first time that Chennai Super Kings have lost their first two opening matches in the history of IPL. They seriously need down to pick up momentum to go into the qualifiers. It's still a long race, but you better need to be there. Number three is the update from the orange and purple cap, and it's backed by both RCB players. Vasendu Hasaranga has the purple cap, and the captain Fab du Plessis, who has recently been appointed as the captain of RCB, backs the orange cap. Number four is silent Lucknow Super Giants slays Chennai Super Kings, and they record the highest run chase of the season so far by chasing 211s with four balls spared. That was a cracker of game to be witnessed. And as they say, ended on a high. Number five on the list is a very solid news. Both Mithun Marsh as well as Andre Nokia are going to be available from the third game of IPL. This is a blockbuster news for DC fans to check out what's happening in the DC camp alongside some very passionate fans out there. So I've got alongside me Aman, Chaitanya, Kshitij, and I can see already smiling faces. और ये स्माइल इसलिए क्योंकि एक मिरेकल विन हुई है ऑलमोस्ट मुंबई इंडियंस के अगेंस्ट वेयर वी वर डाउन एंड आउट अगेंस्ट ऑल दी होप्स बट ललित यादव और अक्षर पटेल के कुछ और आइडियाज थे उनका फुल बिलीव था कि ये मैच इज वेल विद इन आवर ग्राफ्स एंड दे टर्न इट आउट इट वाज एब्सोल्युटली अ मिरेकल ऑफ विन कंटिन्यूइंग दैट मोशन Chaitanya going to that first of all, talking about that DC versus MI, how were your, natural emotion because everyone there was very much pumped out.
Yeah, absolutely. DC versus MI is like an age-old rivalry. Barcelona Madrid जैसी rivalry वाला हिसाब है. So it was obviously बहुत high expectations थी, and the match turned on its head eventually. I heard there were many people who left their seats कि यार यहाँ से तो क्या ही जीतेंगे, and when they came back home, they were like अरे हम जीत गए. So it was a pretty exciting match जिन लोगों ने end तक देखा, and I was happy. I like matches that are down to the wire, and it got interesting and it was brilliant the way we finished.
It was absolutely brilliant the way, Akshar Patel, 16 of 38 of 16 balls, that was an incredible innings, and he finished it off with 2 overs to spare, and that was a way to set the tone up for the season. From the last 3 years, this team has just rise onto the equation. We have qualified after so many years, then we bumped into the finals, and now we made the hat trick of qualifying the last year. And to start off on this note is pretty very much high. Aman, going to you. I mean, when we talk about players like Kuldeep Yadav, comebacks, setbacks are more stronger than the comebacks. What was the usual saying, but this has been a dream comeback for Kuldeep Yadav. I mean, bringing a man of the match award in the very first IPL game which he's playing. He had been out of the circuit for quite a long time, did not got a playing 11 certainty either in the IPL or at this international circuit. And coming with this performance, what is the character of this guy?
He's a man. I mean, I am really short of words. I obviously knew that he would be a walk-in the playing 11 in any match, but I did not expect him getting the wicket of Indian captain or as his. Getting Indian captain as his first wicket, and obviously all of us have very high hopes with the man, and he looks like a man on mission. He wants to win. He wants to take each and every wicket, and I would like to wish him all the best. And I can assure you, many more wickets are to come by this guy. And you can mark my words that by the end of this IPL, you can see. I mean, as soon as the Indian team start their season, this guy will walk into the playing 11 for sure.
Certainly, I have fingers across. Ki, matlab, you sometimes feel a little sad for what happened with Kuldeep Yadav. He was in the regular 11, then missed out on the fitness issue, then got injured, was out for 5 months. But coming back in this way, some really fashions. Kshitij, going to you, yaar. मतलब जो मैच ये हुआ था was actually on its nerves. बट हम बॉलिंग की अगर बात करें, we were missing already 5 foreign players and that were 2 key players for us. But अगर हम खलील अहमद की बात करें, उनका जो स्पेल था was quite economical. He bagged by 2 wickets. So खलील अहमद की परफॉर्मेंस को आपने कितना रेट करा अपनी नजरों में?
मेरे मेरे अनुसार खलील अहमद के लिए मेरे पास कोई शब्द ही नहीं है, क्योंकि उनका एक तो बेसब्री से ये दिल्ली कैपिटल्स और मुंबई मैच का इंतजार करना, उसके बाद भी खलील अहमद का ग्राउंड पे आके बॉलिंग कराना, और उस दिन मुझे लगा कि और दिन जो खलील को मैं देखता था, तो उस दिन से और ये मीन्स मुंबई और दिल्ली वाले मैच के दिन खलील एक अलग ही खलील था। और मैं 10 में मेरे पास कोई रेटिंग ही नहीं है, मैं उनको 11 क्या रेटिंग देना चाहूंगा आउट ऑफ 10।
बिल्कुल। और खलील अहमद की अगर हम स्पेशल बात करें तो डीसी वर्सेस एमआई ऑन फील्ड नहीं, अगर हम ऑक्शन टेबल की बात करें तो एक थोड़ी सी कंट्रोवर्सी हुई थी व्हेन एवरीवन थॉट दैट खलील अहमद वाज a sudden buy which Delhi Capitals ended to make and they did not wanted to, but उन्हीं खलील अहमद ने पूरी दुनिया को गलत प्रूफ करा that Mumbai Indians boy again playing for Delhi, and with that performance I mean that was incredible. But now we have 2 points. That's not the end of the season, it's just the start of the season, and now we have to look eye on the match we are going to play on second, and it's a new team, Gujarat Titans. We play Gujarat Titans, who are backed by a confident win, and Mohammad Shami was blazing some fire. So Aman, this is going to be high-rated contest with 2 back-to-back teams who are just coming after the wins. So what are your expectations from this match, and which player do you think could be the key players from each side or possesses an X factor?
Well, I obviously, as I wrote in our WhatsApp group also, that I am really sorry for I judged Gujarat Titans wrongly. I misjudged them because they are looking very nice. Their bowling is actually very nice. So all of us, each and every cricket fan in India misjudged Gujarat Titans by a few pathetic buys that they bought, and they are obviously not gonna walk them in the 11. But the starting 11 of Gujarat Titans looks very, very, very fiery, and they're a bowling dominant side rather than a batting dominant side. So the key battle that Yatharth, that I am looking forward to is the battle of Shami versus Tim Stifford. And what we saw that although Ashwin got Tim Stifford, but the man's job was done. His job was to
Yeah.
provide a fiery power play, and his job was done. And what I have seen in Shami is that obviously, he's a legend, obviously Indian legend, but he's a pitch dependent bowler. With all due respects, if pitch does something, he will be a lethal bowler. But and he does not perform very well under pressure. So, and Seifert is someone, in New Zealand they call him Baby McCallum. So if Baby McCallum, puts Shami under pressure up front, even if he gives his wicket away, if Seifert, if Seifert puts him away for 2 to 3 fours in an over, Shami would be under pressure. So yeah, so for me, a very unlikely selection, but DC's key player is Seifert for the sole reason that he has to destroy Gujarat Titans in the power play itself.
वेल हमने मैचअप की बात करी है, तो जो टिम साइफर्ट एंड मोहम्मद शमी का मैचअप है इज गोइंग टू बी अ की बैटल। एंड जो टिम साइफर्ट की हमने छोटी सी ग्लिम्स इनिंग देखी थी, आई होप इट्स जस्ट अ ट्रायल, और एक बड़ा शो बहुत जल्दी बाकी, और वो इतने रन पाइल अप करें कि अगर हम डेविड वार्नर को टीम में लाने से पहले भी 2 बार सोचें कि आर यू गोइंग टू ड्रॉप टिम साइफर्ट। बट talking about matchups, here is an interesting battle. It's not in the Orange Army, but rather now Rashid Khan moves to Gujarat Titans. And how can we forget the battle of double R? It's Rishabh Pant versus Rashid Khan. Chaitanya, well, now it's an equally balanced competition. Rishabh Pant has a decent strike rate of 144, and Rashid Khan has got him out 3 times out of 6 innings. So this has to take a headway down. Either it's going to go Gujarat Titans or Delhi Capitals way. क्या लगता है, ऋषभ पंत या राशिद खान, who is going to blaze the coin this time?
Dekho, I would expect a lot from Rishabh going into this one, because we saw what happened in the previous match. Rishabh took a pretty reckless shot, if we may say so,
Yes.
because team was in trouble. He could have waited a little before playing something like that, and I would expect probably a little better performance that way. However, when it comes to Rashid Khan, जो यथार्थ ने अभी स्टैट्स बताए हैं, आई थिंक दैट इज ट्रू विद एवरी बैट्समैन ही बोल्स टू. वो
Yes.
तो थोड़ा मारते भी हैं और विकेट्स भी उनकी निकालते ही हैं. सो इट इज गोइंग टू बी अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग मैचअप. However, we all know leg spinners against lefties is always something that mostly, sorry, left-handers versus leggies
Yeah. Ladies,
is a
yes.
battle. Usually lefties win. एंड ऋषभ को तो हमें सबको पता है, उन्होंने टेस्ट क्रिकेट को अपसाइड डाउन कर दिया है विद द काइंड ऑफ प्ले स्टाइल ही हैज. तो आई एम प्रीटी होपफुल दैट ही विल हैव अ ग्रेट गेम अगेंस्ट इवन राशिद एंड होपिंग फॉर अ ब्लास्ट.
यस फिंगर्स अक्रॉस की ऋषभ पंत की जो इनिंग्स टेस्ट मैच में थी वही उडासिटी के साथ वो फिर से आए और एमसीए क्रिकेट स्टेडियम को रंगीन बना दे एंड इट ऑलवेज टर्न्स आउट टू आवर फेवर. वी हैव टॉक्ड something about Delhi Capitals, but to talk about overall IPL, IPL rivalry. So there are 10 teams this time, and each team is looking very much solid. Aman, going to you, मतलब सारे मैच मैंने almost देख लिए हैं. All teams are looking pretty rock solid. From SRH to Punjab, every team looks really very significant when you look on from the north and south political view. तो एक कौन सी टीम आपको लग रही है who is going to make an impact, या आपके हिसाब से कोई एक ऐसी टीम जो बहुत ज्यादा lethal लग रही है अभी on paper and on the performance which you have just witnessed?
Rajasthan Royals, without a doubt. Rajasthan Royals, they are some serious competition to DC. They have covered each and every department. They worked at their auction strategy. They do not have very big names like DC. They have decent names like DC, but they have all their bases covered. So it's like they copied our auction strategy and they have mastered in it. So I'm a
Yes.
staunch believer of the fact that 90% of the IPL is won on the auction table. Okay, so they won their 90% of their auction is IPL is already they have won, but yeah, they are pretty lethal side, and hands down they are pretty lethal side. Rajasthan, if Sanju gets his captaincy right, which he doesn't many times, Rajasthan can be a side to watch out for.
Well, you mentioned Rajasthan Royals, and already, I've started to remember two very vital players from our camp. It is Shimran Hetmeyer and Ravi Chandran Ashwin. Oh, what an asset they were. We really missed them, in the blue colors. But it is what it is, and you have to move on. But Kshitij, आपके पास आएंगे वापस. Delhi Capitals were missing 5 players last time when we played, but Mustafizur Rahman and Luigi Nigri at back. Oh, we have lost Kshitij here.
Can
Chaitanya,
I answer this? Okay.
या अमन गो फॉर इट. क्या 11 आपको लग सकता है कि होने वाली है इस बार, कंसीडरिंग मुस्तफिजर एंड लुगनी दोनों आ चुके हैं, एंड कंसीडरिंग एमसी यहाँ पे थोड़ी असिस्टेंस मिलती है फास्ट बॉलर को अर्ली ऑन द पावर प्ले. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक, क्या हम मुस्तफिजर को ट्राई करें हु इज अ डेथ स्पेशलिस्ट, और लुगनी निगरी?
It's a two-way street actually, Yatharth. What I would suggest to DC is to play play their trump cards of all the 4 foreigners and get both Mustafiz and Lungi Nigiri together. If they cannot get them together, get Lungi Nigiri, because the thing is that there is something that Pune surface is doing. That bowling, okay, Khalil can manage a bit. Yeah, but yeah, I would love, and I would also like to bring to your notice that I have seen Nokia bowling in the nets. So you might see him, you might see him playing tomorrow, because I have seen him bowling in the nets and he was bowling pretty well. I saw him in the live other day, but yeah, if he is not available, then I am a bit okay. Let's go with Mustafiz. Nagarkoti has to go out because he was pretty
Yes.
disappointing. So Mustafiz walks into the team. Just the one
And
thing, one change there I would like to make. Just this one. Nagarkoti
And
walks out and
Chaitanya, do you
Mustafiz.
find Mandeep Singh going the way out? मतलब full toss पे unlucky dismissal था, or do you back your players? I mean, you have given them a go. Your key players are missing, so why not back them for 2 to 3 games?
Personally, I would like to say that I like the way Chennai goes about their business in this regard. कि वो change नहीं करते and they back their players, and we also do pretty much the same thing. So I think 2 to 3 games, especially considering it's a long season, 2 महीने का long season है. It's not like कि हमारे पास games की कोई shortage है. तो I feel कि 2 to 3 games, especially considering the way he got out. It's not like that he was assess करने का मौका ही नहीं मिला if he was out of touch or would he play bad or would he play good. ऐसा देख के कुछ लगा ही नहीं, because he didn't give himself time. So I think 2 to 3 matches are something that we should look at him for, because I was not of the opinion that Mandeep Singh should be in the first playing 11. I felt that
Absolutely.
Sarfaraz deserved that spot more. However, now that they have added him in the playing 11, I feel ki they should continue. They should back their players for at least 2 to 3 games, and especially with Ponting, I believe that should be the strategy, and we'll see it from there.
Well, definitely there are lots of options which we have. Aman told that Nokia was bowling in net. That's positively the bigger news of the day, which we have already discussed. But I mean, we have talked about a lot that what happened, what we can expect, the matchups. But now we go to the very special segment. It's called the capitalized segment, and this is the segment which is reserved for the fans and a message to the team what we want, what we expect. Aman has brought up some lines in Gujarati to challenge them for this upcoming match. Aman, the show is
Guj-
yours.
Gujarat Titans, game mari chhe.
That's a
ये
simple warning you already gave. It's already a game before the toss has happened or before the batters have tossed. But Chaitanya, any fan message to the team? I mean, they have already came after a huge win. This will already give them confidence in going this match. And what's the message for the team?
I have a message for Rishabh Pant. Um, he has raised the bar himself. He has put it at a level wherein वो उससे नीचे perform करते हैं तो लोगों के दिल टूट जाते हैं. So I would expect him to go out there, show the world what he is, and be the boss on that day, because uh, Gujarat also has a young captain in the
Yes.
form of Hardik Pandya for his first tournament as a captain. So it is going to be pretty exciting, and I hope the bigger one of the more recognized one of the youngsters as a captain, Rishabh, brings it home. And I hope a huge knock comes from him, and I'm pretty excited for this one. So all the love for Rishabh and DC, and I hope we can get another win.
It's all the way DC. The Blue Heart have already flourished. The revolution which DC Toli has started. I hope the positive vibes goes to the MCO Stadium itself, and we'll see the result definitely on 2nd of April. And the result is already Delhi is going to win. It's an early prediction from us. This was it from the Capitalized segment. I'm your host Yatharth, and I will see you around the next week. Till then, stay safe and stay happy. And Delhi, you too roar, bacha. Thank you all for watching once again. Bye bye.